This is a chart. I'm going to start the timer here since Sir Yap-a-Lot over here talks too much. We have to have an egg timer. But this is a monthly chart of SPY. So today I kind of thought, well, maybe we should put things in a little perspective here, since I constantly get this, oh, are we in a bear market? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, listen, are we due? No. Well, I mean, yeah, we could be due for a pullback at any given time, but this long term, look, it's not a discount yet. This is where we are at the index level. Some individual stocks not doing that great, but overall, as long as we're holding this for now, it's not a big deal. But if we do get a pullback, let's just remember the spot, like the market overall, it's gonna work out. And if we do get a big dip, maybe we'll buy a little bit, but I would love to get me some big dips later on. We're not there yet.
You don't think it's a bear market right now?
You asked me, months ago, multiple times, are we due this year for a correction? Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Here's the market, right? We have not had a red month in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, basically a year straight of going up. So we've been absolutely spoiled. Can we pull back a little bit? You betcha. So yes, absolutely. In the meantime, if you can't get yourself around that, that's fine. We've been going through, how do you do some protective call, like covered calls, things like that. I think that's the way to go in general. But it's going to be, as long as we're holding at least sideways for now, it's going to be a stock picker's market, like call it a K-shaped economy, if you will. I don't see a V-shaped recovery coming right now. We have big news tomorrow with CPI, which is the market's favorite economic data point, not mine, but it is the market's. So that said, we are very heavy at the index level, which is kind of rough because some of our stocks, my hoodie, whatever, are down a bit already. And so next week we'll know a lot more. Right now, here's what I'll say. As a trader, a trader, not investor, a trader, wears a lot of different hats, but we kind of like our specialty is to identify waves, if you will, to surf. And we get on, we ride the wave, then we get off before we wipe out. And we had a big wave to the downside. We rode a like 24, 36 to 48 hour bounce to the upside. And then we had a downside move, and I'm getting off right now again. So since last time we talked, I said, hey, maybe we'd be doing some counter trend trades. That was exactly what we got. This is our counter trend type bounce. I'm coming off the reversal of that bounce right now. And at the end of the day, we actually haven't gone anywhere. So is the market gearing up for a big move? The answer is yes. Decisively, yes. Right now, I could tell you, it actually looks like it's going to come down. But tomorrow is really going to know. Tomorrow, we're really going to know, and mostly next week. So charts aside, it's kind of a fundamental event tomorrow. So it's a big deal. This looks heavy, but we're not seeing massive selling just yet, not across the board.
So we need CPI, and we also are due for a correct. It's been 3 years, right? We're due for that kind of.
I don't mean bear market. I mean like a corrective kind of pullback, something small. In retrospect, small.
And that would be like what, 10%?
15. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And which sets us up, the whole thing sets us up for the eating season. Which would be this year, September, October. This is the dip to buy. It's this year. It might not be right now, but it's this year, Q3, Q4. This is the dip that you absolutely want to buy if you believe in the cycles of the market. So
do you think the 20% or 30% April lows we had in 2025, did that count as the correction?
Yes.
Okay, so do you think
was it 2025? I gotta go back. You're gonna mess me up. I'm gonna go over time though.
No, that's okay. It was 25, but I guess my question is, do you think another one is warranted if we already had one last year?
Why? Look at the charts. You're talking about this 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm talking about exactly this, right? And so, I mean, you could say exactly this, like we are coming off of, so I'll go over a little bit in 2025. And I think that's a perfect thing to look at. Like you have, you know, your uptrend, higher highs and higher lows.
Yeah.
After this 2022 nastiness, I'm not talking about 2022, but you have a pretty solid trend in 2025, right? Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows across the board. And then you get a little bit of a stall out, right? And then in this last moment before it actually comes down, like this last little blip, you do have actually a higher high. And this is a weekly chart, mind you. So it takes a while. And right now we're very much in that same kind of situation. So if you were to ask me from a technical perspective, should I be cautious for something like that? I mean, the answer is a resounding yes. If we have something like that. So does that actually pull us back? No, it actually takes us to, if I got that kind of a move, something exactly like that. If we were to get that, but I need a real trigger. And so as a trader, what I can say is it looks like this may happen, but nothing on the chart has told me to go trade for that. So when I say a trigger, what we're looking for is like multiple candles. Again, this is a weekly. I need to see us below 670. So if we're below 670 in strength, then this is definitively, without question, to me, happening. But are we there yet? No. Do I want to be cautious of that? Yes. So that then kind of puts me in the place where, is this a great spot at the index level? I'm just talking SPY right now to add long-term. It's not. But if we get this, it absolutely will be. Tomorrow we'll see if it happens in strength, but for right now it's not happening. So I would actually even say 668 just to be sure. And even a little dip into 668. If that, now mind you, if that is the level that I'm telling you, below that can get ugly. What you guys as investors, if anybody's out there that is an investor right now, should understand is that that is the level that we would really get a bigger trigger to go short at the index level. But that means that that is actually support. So if we have like dips into this level, I don't expect that to break without a big reason. Does this make sense? So for right now, this area, that actually means that's where I would prefer to be longer from a trading perspective. I would think that we get something like this and we could actually bounce back up to the highs just for this trading range and maybe even still go sideways for a while. But this would be at that point, even a counter trend type move. But I don't see us falling off a cliff right now. I think next week we'll have a lot more clarity on that. But I would say, hey, cautious, more cautious than optimistic right here, right now.
Okay.